Welcome to Red's Effects, the same show that has been picked up officially for a full second season by none other than HBO. That's not true, they're not replying to my letters, I don't know. Today guys, we are tackling another request. It's so fun, I know. If you want something to be requested, or if you want to request something, ask it down below. Twitter, Instagram, you know all that jazz. But let's take a look at the request right now. David Sloan asks, make a tutorial on throwing fireballs. Well, I guess we have to do that now because we already started the video and I didn't think this through. Anyway, enough of that. In order to complete this effect, you have to shoot your footage with your actor performing the motion of summoning the fireball and then hurling it off screen. Whether you choose to do a long shot of him flying it off screen or just like me, shoot it off screen, it doesn't really matter and all is up to you. All that we are about to do is in Hitfilm 4 Express, although you will see me using some fire assets. Now I can't give these fire assets to you like I always do in my download packs because these fire assets are from the Action Essentials 2 download pack, which is a paid pack, so I can't really give those assets to you. But I will tell you the names of these assets in the tutorial so you can always go hunt them down and find them for yourself. But anyway, dust off your fire assets if you have them handy, launch your Hitfilm 4 Express, and let's get to work. As you can see, we are in Hitfilm 4 Express with my footage set up in a comp like we always have. Okay, let's get to work. This is a fireball throwing effect, but before we throw anything, we have to first build it. So step 1 is, you guessed it, building our fireball. So let's do that. As I said, you're gonna need some fire footage for this to work. What I'm using is a clip called Big Fire 3 from the Action Essentials pack. So let's drag that into our comp, turn off our footage. Now, head to the controls panel and let's scale that fire way up until it fills up the entire frame, to be more exact. Next step is to head to the effects panel and search for the sphere effect. Then, drop that sucker onto your footage. As you can see, this warps the footage to look like a 3D kind of circle, but we still have to tweak. So let's expand those options in the controls panel, head over here and smack that scale up until it fills your circle. The fire is looking a bit too dull for my liking, so I'll head to the effects panel again, into color correction and drop a brightness and contrast effect onto my fire footage. Now let's just bump the brightness and the contrast up a bit just to make it stand up more. Our next step is also color correction related, so I'll head back to our color correction folder and drop a curves effect onto our footage as well. Now I'll smack that curve all the way up until I'm happy with it. Here looks good. Right, we now have our ball with some moving fire inside of it. Now let's add fire to the outside. In my media panel, I have two fire files from Action Essentials called Torch Turbulent. So I'll drag both of those into my timeline and scale and position and maybe even rotate them around on my ball so that they fit. I'll even duplicate this one and use it again. Now let's highlight all those fires and change the blend mode to add. Righto, time to throw this sucker. Select all of your layers and click this icon over here to make it a composition. We'll call it Fireball and hit enter. Let's change the blend mode of our newly made comp to add. Only two more steps guys, first being animating the ball. So head to the point where you want your fireball to appear and drag it to start at that point. Now head to the controls panel and turn on keyframes for your fireball scale and set it to 0. Move forward about 6 frames and set it to whatever your final size is. Next, head back to the start of your fireball layer, move to the effects panel and search for the twirl effect. Then apply that to your fireball. Twirl open those effect settings. See what I did there? No? Okay. Set the amount to 170. Turn on keyframing, move forward to when your fireball is fully scaled and set it down to 0. Okay guys, last step. Move your fireball into position and turn on keyframing for it as well. Now move through your timeline animating the position so that it stays in the center of your palm. Tedious, I know, but it sells the effect so much better. So let me do that quickly. Okay, I've reached the point at which I want my fireball to fly off screen. So let's do it, it's that simple. Just drag your fireball off screen at that point. Now I did say that was the last step, but these few things that I'm about to mention are just icing on top of the cake to help it blend better, like creating a grade layer, applying the color temperature effect to it, boosting the bar down to get a warm glow, and masking the grade layer around your hand just under the fireball. As always, feather a crap ton. Just like the position of the fireball, turn on keyframes for the mask position and move through your timeline, adjusting it so that it stays on top of your hand. When the ball flies off screen, just animate it to follow the ball. And we are done. Fireballs aren't that hard really. Quite hot though. Get it? Too many puns. If you want to see a particular effect tackled on the show, leave it in the comments down below in the form of a request, or request it on my Twitter or my Instagram. You can also follow me on those for teasers of next episodes and just whatever's happening with me. And stay tuned next week, guys, because I might just teach you how to run super fast like our really favorite Scarlet Speedster. I'll see you guys next time.